I hope you're all well. Today we're in a little bit of a different angle. I apologise for the mess in the background. I just can't be bothered to go and get my tripod from downstairs, so we're going to do this from my desk. But we are going to be doing my July TBR, and we are going to be using the Prism Oracle deck again. And in the month of July, I am going to be taking part in Summerween, which is hosted by Gabby and also Olivia from Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. I'm really excited about Summerween. It is towards the later half of the month, I believe. I have it in my diary. The 15th till the 21st of July, and I'm really hyped. There aren't that many prompts, but I have still struggled to try and fill them. I do have books I want to read for them, but it's whether or not I can get them fit in with the cards. But at the beginning of the month, from the 7th till the 11th, I am also going to be in London for Yalk, so there is some more time away for that as well. It's also my dad's 60th in the month of July too. I don't know if this is wonky or not. Is that better? That might be better. I don't know. So there's a lot going on in July. My sister-in-law's birthday as well. So plenty going on in July. You know, the next few months are actually pretty busy for me in general anyway. But I am looking forward to these things coming up. So I have a whole stack of books here that I would like to get to. So I'm hoping that these cards will help me out. Fingers crossed. Let's get into it rather than faffing. I've told you about the readathon plans that I have for the month. Told you about what's coming up for me. So I do have several books that I do need to get to, so hopefully I can get those on. If not, I will go through them towards the end. The sun is leaving. Goodbye, my lover. Oh dear, adios. Oh, that's very dark. Oh dear, maybe I should have the light on. We progress. So yeah, let's go through. I'm going to do 6 and leave it at that, I think. So let's go through. I am still finding that this is like the nicest way for me to do this. I enjoy it. So the first card that did fall out is Creativity, and it is very, very purple. It's like a, can you see that? So there is a couple of books here that I do have. What's on my immediate TBR? Creativity.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So I'm going to go for Payback's a Witch. I do fancy reading this one. This is a sexy, funny, charming romp that scratches that witchy autumnal itch just right. So that's a quote from Emily Henry, who's one of my favourite authors. Two witches plot revenge but end up falling in love in this magical romantic comedy. I believe this is queer and I'm very excited about it. So I cannot wait to pick this one up, and this is for Creativity, but purple more than anything because it's got a very purple cover. So book 1 for my TBR. I did not think about where these books are going to go once I picked them. Okay. For book number 2. Ooh, Anger. It's a very red, angry card. I have a book straight away for this one. These books I feel like are going to tip over. Let's do that instead. Okay, so I'm going to go for The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix for this one. I haven't read this one before. This will have a lot of anger in it because it's the Final Girls support group. It's also got red sprayed edges. This is the one that Gav sent me, so thank you so much, Gav, which is signed, I believe, by Grady Hendrix as well. So thanks, Gav, for sending me this one. There's also a bookmark and a postcard in here for Thief Who Sang Storms by Sophie Anderson. Thanks, Gav. So this one I haven't read yet, which is funny considering that my own support group is the Final Books support group, which I constantly say when I'm trying to say the title of this book. But for the Summerween prompts, one of the prompts is to read a slasher, which this is. I believe that this is basically following a group of girls. In horror movies, the final girl is the one who's left standing when the credits roll. The one who fought back, defeated the killer and avenged her friends. The one who emerges bloodied but victorious. But after the sirens fade and the audience moves on, what happens to her? So I believe that this is about a girl who survived a massacre and she ends up going to a final support group, but I think it starts again. So I'm intrigued by this one. I've heard good things and I am looking forward to it, and this fits the card Anger and Red perfectly, so I'm very glad I've managed to get that on here because I'm really looking forward to reading that one, and it's about damn time. In a minute. I can't help it. Book number 3. It happens every time to me. What are we going to get? Can you please help me get some of these books on here? Because I need them. There's a lot. Pretty please. 2 dropped, but only one of them flipped, and I need to make sure I flip the right one. Okay, mystery. Which I can make work. You see, the thing is, I have a couple that could work for this one. So I have these 4. Now, I have read The Haunting of Evelyn Jones, and I don't intend on reading this one again. The next one is The Bewitching of Evelyn Jones, but I was going to use this for the prompt of haunt in the title and say that, albeit the first one only has haunt in the title, never mind. It was for, it doesn't matter. I'll come back to it at the end when I'm going through my TBR for Summerween. So, I've got My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, which ends up becoming a murder mystery book. And I've got Girl 11 by Amy Suter Clark, which is a podcaster seeking answers, a killer lying in wait. Again, murder mystery. So, I don't know which one to go for. I feel like this one will be perfect for reading like this time of year because it is a summer murder one, but this one goes with Paybacks of Witch because that was very loud, because it's for a vlog. So I should prioritize this, but I kind of want to read this. I think I'm going to do this one. So this one is... It was supposed to be a relaxing vacation in sweet sunny Cape Cod, just me and my beloved brother, but discovering a corpse in our rental house really throws a wrench in our tanning schedule. Now, a rude, crude bounty hunter has arrived on the back of his motorcycle to catch the killer and refuses to believe I can be helpful, despite countless hours of true crime podcast listening, not to mention a fulfilling teaching career of wrangling second graders. A brash bounty hunter and an energetic elementary school teacher, the murder-solving team nobody asked for, but thanks to these pesky attempts on my life we're stuck together, come hell or high tide. I'm just here to do a job, not babysit an amateur sleuth. Although it's becoming less and less of a hardship to have her around, sure, she's stubborn, distracting, and can't stay out of harm's way. She's also brave and beautiful and reminds me of the home I left behind 3 years ago. In other words, the insatiable hunger and protectiveness she is waking up in me is a threat to my peace of mind. Before I sink in deeper into getting dangerous attraction, I need to solve this murder and get back to the road. But will fate take her from me before I realise the road has been leading to her all along? I am here for this. This was a good choice. I am happy. Okay, book number 3. No, book number 4. That was book number 3. Book number 4. I shouldn't watch them. I do this every time. Come on, cards, give me something good. Something that can fit one of my required reads on would be really, really helpful. I would appreciate that more than you will ever know. I don't think that's going to get me a required read on. Faith. This book, this card keeps coming up time and time again. Faith. So I could go for another purple book again, or I could go for a book and be clever about this. Get creative like the other purple card that we've already pulled, and pick a book that I have faith that I am gonna love. So the options for this are Scarred by Emily McIntyre, which is the second in the Never After series, or Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I am gonna go for Ugly Love because this is a buddy read with my patrons in the month of July. This one is an unforgettable love story that breaks all the rules. It's not exactly love at first sight for Tate Collins when she meets the tormented and secretive Miles Archer. They wouldn't even go so far as to consider themselves friends. The only thing Tate and Miles have in common is mutual physical attraction that can't be denied. Once their desires are out in the open, they realise they might have stumbled on the perfect no-strings arrangement. He isn't looking for love and she doesn't have time for it, so that leaves just sex. What they've got could be surprisingly satisfying as long as Tate can stick to the 2 rules Miles has for her. Never ask about the past, don't expect a future. They think they can handle it, but everything is different when real emotions start to change the equation. Hearts get infiltrated, promises get broken, rules get shattered, love gets ugly. I have faith I'm going to love this book, 100%. I think it's going to be a 5-star read. I don't think Coho is going to let me down on that one. Okay, book number 4. Oh, that was very quick. Passion. Damn it, that would have been perfect for that. Okay. Passion. I think we're gonna go with this one, which is Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This is another buddy read pick with my patrons. This is the July-August pick for my patrons. I do have another book with them, but it's for the JPEGs book club. I think I'm going to push that into August because it's To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini, and that book is large. So this is a romantic comedy. Bad luck always followed Olivia Marshall, but when a "what are you wearing" text from a random number turns into the hottest, most entertaining relationship of her life, she thinks things might be looking up. Colin Beck has always seen Olivia as his flatmate's annoying little sister until she moves in with them and he realises she's turned into an altogether sexier distraction. He's determined to keep his distance, but it isn't easy, especially when he discovers she's the flirty, funny and anonymous girl he's been secretly messaging for weeks. Now Mr. Wrong Number has a decision to make. Should he shut down the messages before things get messy or turn up the heat? It sounds like there's going to be some passion in here, so I am here for that. And then the final book that we're going to go for is going to be ooh, this one's taking a bit longer. Come on, cards. What have you got for me? There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn. Magic. We have definitely gone in with the purple this month. Holy shit. Okay, magic. Ooh. Paybacks of Witch would have been perfect for that. Damn. I'm not reading a great deal of fantasy at the moment, so that doesn't have any magic in it. Oh, that does. That could work. That's not got magic, it's contemporary. Okay. I think I'm going to go for The Bewitching of Evelyn Jones by Phil Hicks. This is the second in the Haunting of Evelyn Jones series. Evelyn Adventure series. So the first one is Haunting of Evelyn Jones, and I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 stars. It's very good. This one says, turn on your torches and join Evelyn Jones. Evelyn is thrilled when she discovers that the holiday cottage her mum has rented for the summer is beside a stone circle. Thousands of years old, the local villagers refer to the ancient structure as witch stones. Perfect. And Evelyn cannot wait to learn more about them. Then Evelyn meets Hazel, impossibly cool, mysterious yet friendly. Evelyn soon falls under Hazel's spell. In fact, Hazel is quite unlike anyone Evelyn has ever met before, but she can't work out why. Will Evelyn discover the truth about Hazel before it's too late? Woo! Nice. Okay, so this is what my TBR looks like, which I am not mad about in the slightest. It looks great. I'm really happy. So we have Paybacks of Witch for creativity. We have the final girl support group for Anger. We have My Killer Vacation for Mystery. I forgot then what that card was. We have Ugly Love for Faith, Mr. Wrong Number for Passion, and we have The Bewitching of Evelyn Jones for Magic. So that's a nice little TBR going on there. The only other actual required reading that I had on here is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, which is a reread for me anyway, because again, I'm reading this with my patrons for the month of July. So this is a reread, so this will also be going on there 100%. So it looks more like this. Okay, so as far as the prompts for Summerween are concerned, the first prompt is to read a book in the dark or at night. This could be one of the books that I already have on my TBR, but a book I am actually kind of keen on getting to, which I couldn't get on my TBR this time around, is Girl 11 by Amy Suter Clark. This is a podcaster seeking answers, a killer lying in wait, and it is a murder mystery essentially, but with a podcast element in it, which I love. If you know me, you know I love a podcast element in a book, so this is a possibility for that. It's the book I'm likely to read in the evening anyway. So on the back it says victims. 20 years ago, the countdown killer went on a deadly spree. Each victim was a year younger than the last. Vigilante, true crime podcaster El Castillo has long been hell-bent on finding him and serving him historic justice. Vengeance, now he's back. El must stop the countdown before the killer can claim his next victim. It sounds intriguing, but in general this prompt could be done to read any of the other books that I put on my TBR, so this is a possibility but not 100%. Then there is to read a book with Halloween colours on the cover. For this one I really want to pick up Hide by Kirsten White. I know Gabby gave this 1 star. And I know Liv from Liv's Library also gave it 1 star. I watched their reading vlogs back to back. I was severely disappointed. But I'm still very intrigued about this. This is basically a challenge horror novel. The challenge: spend a week hiding in an abandoned amusement park and don't get caught. The prize: enough money to change everything. Even though everyone is desperate to win, to seize their dream future or escape their haunting past, Mac feels sure that she can beat her competitors. All she has to do is hide, and she's an expert at that. It's the reason she's alive and her family isn't. But as the people around her begin disappearing one by one, Mac realises this competition is more sinister than even she imagined, and that together might be the only way to survive. It does say here, haunting, startling, unrelenting and unexpectedly heartbreaking. I am very intrigued by it, so I do want to read this one. And it does have Halloween colours on it as well. Like, I think that this is quite a Halloween-y type of looking book, you know? Whatever. I say it counts. Read a book with haunt in the title. I struggled with this one. I don't have many books with haunt in the title, and one of the few that I do is The Haunting of Evelyn Jones by Phil Hicks. But I have read this one, so I'm going to bend this to my will and go for the next one in the series, which is The Bewitching of Evelyn Jones, which I've just read the synopsis out for you because I just put it on my TBR. So I'm going to read that one for that, and then read a slasher, and obviously I'm going to go for the final girl support group for this one. So this will be what my TBR looks like for Summerween, with the potential of adding in Girl 11. So that's my Summerween TBR. So in general, my TBR I think looks alright. It doesn't look too intimidating. I am here for it. Quite a lot of romance, which I'm really happy about. The odd fantasy, and then quite a lot of thriller and horror as well. So I'm very happy about this TBR. I am really looking forward to reading a whole bunch of these books. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm taking with me to Yalk yet and what I'm going to read on my way, but it will probably be the likes of well, it will be these, because it won't be Summerween yet. But, you know, I have Payback's a Witch, I have It Ends With Us, which is a reread anyway, Mr. Wrong Number, Ugly Love, and My Killer Vacation. So it will probably be those, one of those, or a couple of those, who knows. I don't know how much time I will have to read. So yeah, that is my TBR for the month of July. Let me know in the comments down below if you're taking part in any of the readathons. Are you taking part in Summerween? Chat to me in the comments down below. Let me know what you're planning on reading in July, and I shall talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.